grow organic produce. So what would I need to do to give my trees the nutrients they need? Water, all of these things can be covered by doing these methods. So first thing you want to do is get your compost down. It's a good compost. Now this is a big tree, so we use 2 tractor bucket scoops every year, and then 2 tractor bucket scoops of compost and 2 of the wood chips. And over time, as it's going to build, we may be able to lessen that. But these trees have been here a long time, and they were kind of neglected before. Nobody really did anything to them. And see all of this. Look at this one. This is a much younger lemon tree. It's got the compost and the wood chips. All that compost is going to have a lot of your minerals and a lot of your NPK fertilizers that you're going to need. Also, the wood chips are going to break down and give you those things as well. The compost helps break down the wood chips. Some people say that the wood chips will pull the nitrogen from your soil. So that is somewhat correct, but it only pulls from the very top. It doesn't go deep unless you worked it into the soil. But the benefits of the wood chips majorly outweigh what you would lose in nitrogen. But when you put that compost down first, there's still way more of the nutrients in your compost, so you're still gaining, and that will break down your wood chips to the point where your wood chips eventually add the nutrients that you need. All of this organic matter also, if you live somewhere that gets a good bit of rain, you may not even have to water at all. You may still have to deal with pests. On a citrus like this, probably about time for me to spray some neem oil. We got a bunch of fresh new growth. This leaf miner can cause a cosmetic effect. It's not a huge deal on a bigger tree. It could be detrimental on a smaller tree. It's mostly cosmetic, but I like my stuff nice and pretty, so trying to eliminate that. See a lot of these flowers coming on. So you get that organic matter in there, it's going to majorly reduce your watering needs. If you go going from 1% to 2% organic matter, it's some insane amount reduction in your water needs. There's another one. This apple is just starting to come on. And if you reach your hand down there, even after a week of no rain, it'll still be moist. But we're in Louisiana, we get a lot of rain, we get a lot of humidity, so it might not apply to you. Here's an example of the compost we use. This is from a local stable. They gave me the compost for free, I just had to pay for the trucking. You may be able to contact your local stable and see if they'll let you get compost for free. You could even get, if you had a truck, some way to load it yourself, you get it absolutely free. But this is good stuff. It's a nice big pile. This is maybe 55 yards or so right here. We've probably gotten 800 yards delivered over here. And this is from horses, also the wood shavings, pee, poo-poo, all that good stuff in here. For example, one of my wood chip piles, I contacted all the local tree trimming companies, and just a few of them actually brought me some, but they have like a 20-yard dump trailer, and they bring me all these wood chips for free. Can't beat that. If you can put it on fresh. Like I was saying, if you've got something there to supplement your nitrogen, like the compost, you won't do anything detrimental to your soil. Even if you didn't have compost there, it would only be a very top layer that you would have a nitrogen deficiency on, and that may actually be good for stopping weeds and will reduce the amount that you'll have to pick weeds. And this is also, this is the main thing that holds your water in because it blocks the sun and the wind, and it insulates it. Now the compost is a quicker version to get that organic matter in your soil, but it's not as easy to get as this is. You get that for free, dumped right there from your tree trimming company. Let's talk about the greatest amendment you can do. This is biochar. This is a permanent amendment. It will stay in your soil for thousands of years. This is a very nice, fluffy biochar that I get from Wakefield Biochar. It's much cheaper if you can buy it in bulk. If you try to buy it in a small quantity, it's quite expensive. This right here, if you put this is raw biochar. If you put this directly in your soil, it's going to take a lot of the nutrients out of there. It will be very bad. So first you have to charge this. What I do is put it in a pit, and I use that, I'll show you in a second. You got to charge that up with compost, or you can use Azomite, rock dust, different things to fill. What it has is a bunch of little voids in here, and if those voids aren't filled up with the good nutrients first, it takes all that stuff out. So you fill it up with the good stuff, and then it also, later on, when you apply it, it picks up all those nutrients and prevents the washout, at least a lot of it, to where you're not losing your nutrients down with erosion and different from rain and watering. A lot of that will get washed away, but this will hold it in place. Charging up biochar right here, the Azomite and compost. Here's that good biochar. That's a permanent amendment for your soil. The Azomite's got all kind of minerals in it. Compost has minerals as well, and your NPKs, all that's good in your compost. Plant a new tree, you're going to want to put it above the ground. Try between 3 and 6 inches. That way you can build up the sides with your compost and your wood chips, and you're not going to create a bowl. You don't want to create a bowl where water's going to hold right next to the tree. Will need some access to oxygen and not just water. They need air or they'll drown. Azomite I was talking about, there's a little bit of it right there, and there's the cow. This is the it's got all these kind of minerals in it, and it helps build your soil microbiology, and this will add over time. It's going to be more and more beneficial. So you put this in, especially in your biochar, that really will help out.